All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media, and my name is Judson Powell. All right, I want to talk a little bit about this stuff that's going on at the Mexican border with Governor Ron DeSantis. Basically taking the immigrants and shipping them to Martha's Vineyard. And all of just different stuff that they're trying to do, and what he's trying to do is he's just trying to piss the other governors and stuff like that off. But here's the thing: legally, he doesn't have a leg to stand on, and legally, he shouldn't have a leg to stand on, and legally, the Justice Department should be going after him as well. And the reason why I say that is because immigration is within the purview of the federal government, not state governments. In fact, he has, what he's doing is illegal and is treasonous. So he needs to be, put in his place. Basically, that's what it. I mean, he can do whatever he wants to do down there in Texas or whatever. He can do whatever he wants to do down in Texas, right? That's his state. But and the people of Texas will have to police him or whatever they decide to do, or maybe they all want those people. But let me go here first. The other day I got in an Uber, Mexican guy. So we were talking and everything. And so I've just brought up the fact to him that that basically that California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, all of those states basically were Mexico at one point, were the country of Mexico. It wasn't without the Mexican-American War and all that kind of stuff. Okay, there's basically another opportunity for racists, right, to take land and take stuff that wasn't theirs. Okay, and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everything is perfect, in Mexico or anything like that. That's not the point. The point is that these people are coming here not to wreck our country. They're coming here because they want a better life. They're just like, look, they're just like anybody else. That's all we want. Pretty much all over the world. And that's why I've been like, my whole thing is like not about race, because I tell my kids, it's like, stop worrying about racism and do what you got to do. Why? Because the racists, they always going to be there. They always going to be racist. They always going to be evil. They always going to be maniacal and diabolical and say stuff against people and all that kind of stuff. Haters are going to hate. They're haters. So they never going to get it. See, at this point in history, in the history of humankind, right? At this point in history, the main thing is, are you a good citizen of the world? Are you a good citizen of the world, or are you basically? You can divide it down. Are you good or are you evil? Ain't got nothing to, all of this stuff that's going on is hatred. That's all it is. And like I said, haters gonna hate. You're not gonna be able to change these people's mentality. You can't change their mentality. And so I always say get paid, because you're not going to be able to change these people's mentality. You can't, because they are the way they are. And the final thing to say about them is that they will not change unless they want to change. They have to want to change. People don't change anything. Not even stuff that they really want to do. They don't change for that. Change is very difficult. Change is always a very difficult thing, and it's always something that has to be the catalyst. The catalyst has to come from that person. You can't, just like, oh, I want to be able to run a marathon. Well, you can't run no marathon unless you change your habits. You can't sit in the, on the couch, eating Cheetos and bonbons all day and expect that you're going to run a marathon, the 26 miles, right? You can't do it. You got to change. You can't do anything that you don't desire to do. And so that's what I've just been trying to get at. That it's like, why are y'all thinking that, and why are y'all thinking that these people are all of a sudden going to stop coming to the border? They're not. And why should they? Considering that you stole their land. It's their land. And I mean, it's all of the land belongs to the Creator. And nobody is coming in. These rich folks, nobody coming in your neighborhoods, nobody coming in your house, nothing like that, because they can't afford it. And y'all just seem like, oh, y'all were happy. Y'all were happy back in the day when y'all had them working in your houses as maids and butlers and drivers and all of that. Y'all didn't say a word. When they did that crackdown back in the late 80s, they did a crackdown on that was, illegals or whatever, and they found that most of the people that were employing illegals were rich folks. Because let's face it, I mean, we can't afford to, I can't afford to hire a load of illegals. And then we got, and people want to get here just like that thing with the truck. They got all them people crammed into a truck. Why? Because they just want the American dream. They not coming over here to harm you. They coming over here to improve themselves and to improve their families, so that they can get education and businesses and opportunities that they don't have where they came from. And I said Mexico. I'm not, and all of these people are not Mexican, so I do get that. But the bottom line is, everybody that was in Central and South America and all of that kind of stuff, and you guys colonized that. They're not, you made their lives miserable. You're the ones that made their lives, or your ancestors. Let me clear that up, because I know y'all always try to go there as the first thing. Well, I wasn't alive during slavery. No, you weren't, but you're not going to return the 400 acres that your mama, that your grandmama and your great grandmama and great granddaddy got. You're not going to give the land up that you stole. You're not going to get the land up. So why? Why are you so concerned? And now with this whole population thing and being worried about why, people having babies, doing all this stuff, reversing Roe v. Wade, all that kind of stuff. Look, anybody that votes Republican right now, you're voting against your best interest. Trust and believe that. You are voting against your best interest, because what their agenda is not in the best interest of the United States of America. Period. Whatever you're thinking is your best interest, right? It's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. And that is the problem. It's like you hate so much that you would vote against your own best interest, that you would follow around, like that you would not even impeach a man who is making a concerted effort to try to ruin your country. And those people, the whole January 6th stuff and all of that kind of stuff, these people are trying to ruin the country. And they don't have anything to gain, except for they can say that, oh, what, it's a sovereign white country. Is that's y'all's end game, so that you can say, oh, it's a white country, and it's never going to be a white country. And here's a very poignant fact. Look, even your own people are starting to dislike you. Why? Look, why are so many? And I'm gonna just throw this out there. Why are so many white women dating brown and black men or having babies with them? Why? That's part of the whole population thing too. It really is. So why is this stuff occurring? And why is, as time progresses, why are you not trying to just be, once again, good citizens? Just like we're looking at, like somebody asked me today, well, if Brittany Garner wasn't in the Russian prison, should we send people over there to play sports and all that kind of stuff? The answer is no, absolutely not. Because that war, even though it doesn't have anything to do with black people in America, right, or brown people in America, but guess what? It has to do with the world being safe or unsafe. See, we've got a universal law. It's the universal law of oneness. Everything that's on the planet is connected in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And you can't deny it. We're all connected. And what's the whole thing with the 6 degrees of separation? And as they've been doing all these DNA tests and all this kind of stuff, now they're starting to find out how evil and all of this stuff and the cover-ups and all that and social media and the fact that everybody is walking around. I've talked about this before. Everybody's walking around with a camera and a basically a movie studio. They so it's hard to get away with stuff now. See, before you could say, oh yeah, that happened and the black guy did it. And then they would go lynch mob, get the black guy, kill him or jail him forever, and he ain't even do it. And the white guy walks around for 70 years and never goes to jail or nothing. But that's starting to come to an end. And it's the technology. And it's the Most High. Right? Because things are starting to balance out and even out. And it's going to happen whether they like it or not. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do. All of these murders of innocent black people and all of the innocent people that you're shooting and killing and beating up and doing all this kind of stuff to, because we're not like that. We're not like that. We have never been. Because what? We're human. We are made in the image and in the likeness of the Most High, the Creator. And that's not in our nature, in our netters. That's why we try to teach y'all this stuff, because as long as you stay locked in religion, as long as y'all stay locked in religion, and it's gonna continue, because you don't have a free thinking mind, which is what the Creator wanted you to have. They don't want you to be a free thinker. They want you to be under their thumb. They don't want a free thinker. And people that are free thinkers, just like I realize a lot of people don't mess with me. A lot of people don't talk to me, everything else. I get it. Cool. But I'm going to stay right on my course. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes is up. Are you a good citizen of the world? Is your oneness interfering with the real oneness? Think about it. Anyway, fast 15 minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Like button, subscribe button, everything buttons. All right. Bye.